Now, boy, am I missing Donald Trump. The leader of the free world might have been half crazy, might have been, well, he was extremely rude and unpredictable, but at least he could fight. But now Joe Biden is the US president, and he overnight had his big summit meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, the former KGB officer that Biden earlier this year correctly called a killer. Now, I wish I could bring you good news. You know, the new leader of the free world has triumphed. But if you want that kind of flannery, a couple of left-wing media outlets in the US are again licking Biden's boots. You can get your news from them, hailing a Biden victory, just like they used to falsely claim that Donald Trump was a Putin puppet and even a Russian agent. But now judge the sad truth for yourself. So this was supposed to be the summit where Biden confronted a brutal autocrat who has just had his critics poisoned and killed and invaded Georgia and invaded and stolen territory in Ukraine and has poisoned and jailed his main opposition rival, Alexander Navalny, and had his military even hack into the websites of American politicians and of government facilities. So there was plenty to talk about at this summit, including, of course, foreign policy, but this meeting of the two men lasted less than 3 hours when it was scheduled to go for up to 5. No one has explained why. It was cut short. But I don't know, maybe Putin just got bored with a man that he does not fear, a rambling man who babbled on about his mum and told stories about his family, which Putin in his press conference afterwards publicly dismissed as very sweet, but actually irrelevant.
He is a constructive person, well-balanced and experienced, seasoned politician, and I expected that. He recalled his family and conversations he had with his mother. Well, these things don't have directly something to do with our business, but nevertheless, it shows his qualities and his moral values. It is all appealing.
I would bet my house that Putin didn't spend much time talking to Biden about his own dear mum. I don't think that stuff works with him. What they actually did say to each other of substance, we only know from a few leaks, we probably won't know for years. But what we do know so far is, well, oh dear. I mean, for instance, Biden says he gave Putin a list of 16 critical US government sites he told Putin were off limits. Said Russian hackers must not hit those 16 sites with ransomware or else Russia would pay. And I just have to ask, excuse me, is Biden suggesting the Russians are free to attack everything else in America? And I suspect it was Biden who left the summit feeling the loser, to judge by how he then snapped at a reporter from CNN who dared to question him afterwards what he'd actually achieved.
Why are you so confident he'll change his behavior, Mr. President?
Yeah, I'm not confident he'll change behavior. What do you do all the time? So when did I say I was confident?
You said in the next 6 months you'll be able to determine.
What I said was, let's get it straight. I said what will change their behavior is if the rest of the world reacts to them and it diminishes their standing in the world. I'm not confident of anything. I'm just stating the fact.
But given his past behavior has not changed, and in that press conference after sitting down with you for several hours, he denied any involvement in cyber attacks. He downplayed human rights abuses. He even refused to say Alexei Navalny's name. So how does that account to a constructive meeting as President Putin framed?
You don't understand that. You're in the wrong business.
Biden realised he'd been rude, rattled, and at the airport apologised, but a bit late.
I shouldn't have been such a wise guy with the last answer I gave. Anyway, thanks for being here. Look, to be a good reporter, you got to be negative. You got to have a negative view of life. Okay, it seems to me the way you never ask a positive question.
Still, diplomacy. What really counts is not words, but deeds. Now, Trump was savaged by the media left for saying nice things about Putin. Yet he actually hit Russia with the hardest sanctions ever. Biden now says, well, he took it up to Putin, but did Putin look to you the least bit unhappy? So what is Biden going to do now?